Hey, what's going on, folks? I thought I'd show off some of my point-and-click adventure games. Now, this is by no means my complete collection. I have, as you can see, Broken Sword 3 on Xbox there. I have 1 and 2 on PlayStation 1. Some other ones you may not have heard of. The Longest Journey on PC. The Siberia Collection, featuring Siberia 1, 2 and Amazon for PC. There's Siberia 2 for Xbox. But now, when it comes to point-and-click adventures, there's one series that stands head and shoulders above the rest. And that's the Monkey Island games. It's Monkey Island 1 and 2 for the Amiga, and Escape from Monkey Island for PlayStation 2. But for this video, I thought I'd show you a version of the first Monkey Island game running on the Mega CD. So let's take a look, shall we? Well, yo ho ho and a bottle of grog. If it isn't one of the greatest point-and-click adventure games, and arguably one of the best video games of all time, The Secret of Monkey Island, running on the humble Mega CD. Ron Gilbert's epic tale of piracy, romance, and cryptic references to another game called Loom. Here it is, complete and unabridged. The only home console version of this masterpiece of a game. How could I possibly find fault with it? Well, that depends. How long have you got? This game came out right about 1993. It was meant to be the first of many LucasArts adventure games to be ported to the Mega CD. Unfortunately, when the developers got their hands on the hardware and tried to cram the game onto its one-speed CD drive, the inadequacies of the Mega CD shone through. So unfortunately, we never got to see the likes of Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis or Day of the Tentacle on a Sega console. Now what you're watching here is an edited playthrough of the first few scenes of the game. I've cut out all the loading times, the excessive loading times. Basically, every time you want to look at something, you have to wait for it to load. You want to talk to someone, like this good looking fella here, you have to wait for it to load. So I've cut that out now to prevent anyone from slitting their wrists out of boredom watching this. Oh, quick tip there, if you want to laugh, talk to the dog who's got the bone in his mouth there next to the curtain. Now, it would be very easy for me to savage this game because of its loading times. This is a US copy of the game I'm playing. To be honest, as I'm recording this, I don't even know off the top of my head if this was even released in the UK. The best version of Monkey Island, if you want to get it, is definitely the Monkey Island Bounty Pack on PC. That includes the first 3 games in the series, and it's a fantastic little collection. But am I being too harsh on this game? I mean, as I said at the start, it's all in there. Nothing's been cut out. So if you've never played Monkey Island and you've got a Mega CD and want to get some decent games for it, do you know what? You could do far, far worse than getting hold of this game. I mean, loading times aside, ask anyone who owned an Amiga back in the day, playing games that maybe came on 10 to 15 discs, what they had to go through with the disc swapping. Or if you're old enough to remember the Commodore 64s and the Spectrums that loaded off cassette. You know, maybe we're being spoilt. Anyway, this isn't a quick, fast-paced action title that requires lightning reflexes. The game requires brain power. The game requires ingenuity. I mean, look here. We got, what's that, pot of stew. There's something around here that goes into it. What was it again? There's a table. You know, so maybe waiting a few seconds here and there isn't a bad thing, especially in these kind of games. Oh, there it is, hunk of meat. We'll stick that in the stew. Can't remember what you do with it when it's stewed. I've finished the Monkey Island games on PC. I was lucky enough to get the Monkey Island Bounty Pack back when it first came out. It is available to get now on 360 and PS3. So if you want to play it in its original state or get the updated version, that's available. Get rid of this seagull now, pesky bloody thing. Basically what I'm trying to say is, however you play it, whatever system you play it on, this is just one of those games that you have to play. If there is a list of games that you have to play before you die, a bucket list of games if you will, this should be top of the list. And anyone who has played it and knows all the quirks and the characters and whatnot, I'm sure you're looking at this now with a big grin on your face thinking, yeah, I remember that, yeah. But there are people out there who are missing out. Now, I've always been a console gamer, but back in the 90s, I wanted to see how the other half lived. So I started getting more and more into PC gaming. And I went out and bought a copy of the very first Half-Life game. I'll tell you how long ago it was. And I played a lot of great games on PC, but it was the point and click adventure games for me that I fell in love with the most. Not just the Monkey Island games, but the Gabriel Knight games, Longest Journey, so many other great games I could mention. If you're a fan of story driven games, character driven games, then I strongly recommend checking out some of these old school point and click adventure games. To say they don't make them like this anymore would be an understatement. The point and click adventure games, at least in a classic sense, are well and truly finished. It's all 3D now. But one of the best from that bygone era of adventure games is, without a shadow of a doubt, this one you're watching right here. Secret of Monkey Island. A classic for the Amiga and PC, and despite its faults, a damn fine version on the Mega CD. And as Guybrush Threepwood looks to start his journey, I'm going to finish this video. So, just like to say, thanks for watching, and I'll have some more videos up very soon.